Words. Today, ladies and gentlemen, marks the final stage on the road to South Africa to kick off the event, as you know now, on January 11, 2014. We will have the privilege to proceed to Cape Town, as the chairman said, the mother city, which boasts one of the 7 wonders of the world, the Table Mountain, and the destination for the tournament, hosting both groups A and B. We will proceed as well to Mangaung, known as the City of Roses. It is the pit stop of the competition and will host Group C. And then to Polokwane. In Sepedi it means place of safety. It is also nicknamed City of Stars, and it will be the gateway of Shan, hosting Group D. But to have some taste of what legendary hospitality we can expect from these South African host cities, I now invite you to watch the following short video.
South Africa, African Playground. From the 11th of January to the 1st of February 2014, the legendary African Nations Championship, also known as CHAN, comes to South Africa's beautiful shores. 3 world-class cities are ready to host this dazzling football showpiece. Mangaung, place of the cheetahs, situated in the beating heart of South Africa. Sun-drenched Polokwane in the far north. And magnificent Cape Town, mother city, embracing Table Mountain, World Heritage Site. Great weather, superb communication systems and infrastructure, state-of-the-art hotels, and the thrilling stadia that made the 2010 FIFA World Cup and the 2013 African Cup of Nations such a resounding success. These 3 South African cities have it all. Sunny South Africa can't wait to welcome Africa and the rest of the world to the 2014 African Nations Championship, a massive celebration of Africa's home champions.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, let's proceed to the draw. Out of the 16 teams that will compete in this 3rd edition of the Orange Shan, 8 teams will do so for the first time, and only Ghana, Zimbabwe, and DR Congo have played in all 3 editions. And we'll also have newcomers, Burundi and Mauritania, that will be playing in their first ever CAF senior national team final competition. A total of 44 countries entered the qualifiers competition to join the host, and as you might know, the qualifiers at Shan are held on a regional basis as per the CAF zonal union structure, whereby Libya and Morocco qualified from the North Zone, Mauritania and Mali qualified from the West A Zone, Ghana, Nigeria, and Burkina Faso qualified from the West B Zone, Congo, RD Congo, and Gabon qualified from the Central Zone, Uganda, Ethiopia, and Burundi qualified from the Center East Zone, and finally Zimbabwe and Mozambique qualified from the South Zone, joining South Africa. And now, please allow me to explain briefly the draw procedures for today's ceremony. The 16 teams will be divided into 4 groups of 4 teams. Group A playing in Cape Town Stadium, Group B in Athlone Stadium, also in Cape Town, Group C at Free State Stadium in Mangaung, and Group D at Peter Mokaba Stadium in Polokwane. In conformity with the regulations of the competition, the host country South Africa will proceed automatically to Group A in position A1. And the competition regulations also require us to put the title holder in position C1, but Tunisia did not qualify to this year's competition, so this application will not be made for this draw. The 15 other qualified teams have been split into 4 different pots that I have in front of me on the basis of their ranking and performances in the last 2 editions of Shan, and as well as on the basis of regional considerations for teams that didn't score any points on this ranking. There are 8 of them. And on that basis, the 4 pots are as follows. Pot 1 here on my left with the blue balls include RD Congo, Ghana, and Zimbabwe. Pot 2 here on my right with the green colors include Gabon, Uganda, Mali, and Libya. Pot 3 in front of me in yellow colors include Burkina Faso, Burundi, Ethiopia, and Nigeria. And finally, pot 4 in the red colors have Congo Brazzaville, Mauritania, Morocco, and Mozambique. So the draw will be made in 4 different stages. We will start with drawing the teams from pot 1. The next team to be drawn will go in position B1 and then C1 and so on. That will complete the first stage, and we'll proceed after to draw the teams from pot 4, then pot 3, and then pot 2 until the completion, and all the groups of 4 are completed accordingly. And for this, ladies and gentlemen, I'll be very honored to welcome now member of the Mayoral Committee for Governance and Interface of the City of Cape Town, Councillor Garin Kavanagh. Please welcome us on stage. Thank you, Councillor. And now I'll ask you to please stand in front of pot A to steer the balls a little bit and then choose one. And this team, ladies and gentlemen, will proceed to Group B in position B1. And that will be Zimbabwe. The Warriors beat Mauritius and Zambia to reach the 3rd edition of the CHAN. And now we'll proceed again with carrying on with pot 1. And the next team will proceed to Group C in position C1. And that's Ghana. The Black Stars have a 100% appearance record at the CHAN finals. They were runners-up at the inaugural edition. Ghana joins Group C in position C1. And to complete this first stage, I kindly ask you to confirm the team going to Group D in Polokwane. And that will be the Democratic Republic of Congo, ladies and gentlemen. The Leopards needed a playoff victory against Cameroon to reach the finals in South Africa. Councillor, thank you very much for your assistance. Thank you. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we'll proceed to the second stage with the draw for the teams from pot 4. The next team to be drawn will go in position A4, and the next one in B4, and so on and so forth. And for this, I would like to call the Executive Mayor of the City of Polokwane, Councillor Freddie Griever. Good afternoon, Councillor. Thank you for joining us. Please proceed to in front of pot 4 and steer a bit before taking the first ball that will join the group of South Africa going into position A4. That, ladies and gentlemen, will be the opening match of the competition. South Africa versus Mozambique. The Mambas of Mozambique. The Mambas have beaten Seychelles and Namibia to reach their first ever CHAN finals. Thank you very much. We'll proceed to the next one. And the next team drawn will be joining Group B in position B4. And that's Morocco. Morocco knocked out the defending champions of the last CHAN Tunisia to qualify to this finals tournament. Then we'll proceed to the next team that will join Group C in Mangaung in position C4. And that's Congo Brazzaville, joining the Black Stars. Congo will also be marking their debut in this year's final tournament. And to conclude the second stage, we will allocate the last team to Group D, position D4, with RD Congo. And that's Mauritania, ladies and gentlemen. Mauritania that eliminated Senegal to reach the finals. Thank you very much, Councillor, for your support. Thank you. And now, ladies and gentlemen, let's proceed to the third stage with the draw from the teams in pot 3. And for this, I'll have the pleasure to call a member of the Mayoral Committee of Social Services within the Mangaung Metropolitan Municipality, Councillor Magditaba Matsutselane. Please. Good afternoon, Councillor. Thank you for being with us. Please, you can proceed to steer the balls a bit and pick the first one from pot 3. And this team will join the South African group in Group A. And you can face it, Nigeria, ladies and gentlemen. Nigeria will participate for the first time and will join South Africa and Mozambique. And now the next team to join the group of Group B in position B3, and that's Burkina Faso. Burkina Faso, the Stallions beat Togo and Niger to reach the finals of this tournament. The third team that will join Ghana and Congo-Brazzaville in Mangaung. And that will be Ethiopia, ladies and gentlemen. Ethiopia, the Wali Antelopes overcame Rwanda on penalties to reach the finals. And to conclude this spot, the last team, joining Group D in Polokwane, and that is Burundi, one of the newcomers as well, ladies and gentlemen. Burundi, after beating Kenya and Sudan before reaching the finals. That concludes. Thank you very much, Councillor, for your support. And now we're reaching, ladies and gentlemen, the last stage for this draw to make the teams from pot 2 allocated to the different groups in position respectively of A2, B2, C2, and D2. And for this, I have the pleasure to call the Honorable MEC Miriam Ramadwa, MEC for Sports, Arts and Culture of Limpopo Province. A warm welcome, ladies and gentlemen. MEC, thank you very much for being with us. And please, I'll ask you to steer a bit, pot 2, and pick the first one. You can steer a bit and pick the first one. And that will complete Group A, ladies and gentlemen, the next team that will be drawn from pot 2. And that is Mali. Mali, ladies and gentlemen, beat Guinea to reach the finals. And Mali goes to Group A. Thank you very much. We'll proceed and pick the team that will complete Group B, the group headed by Zimbabwe and also based in Cape Town. And that is Uganda, ladies and gentlemen. The Cranes are back at the Shan finals, and they will hope to do better than the 3 losses they have incurred while playing in Sudan in 2011. Thank you very much. The next one then, joining Group C, and that is Libya, ladies and gentlemen. Libya completing Group C with Ghana. They are back at the Shine finals. Libya have been participating in the first edition but missed on the second one. And to conclude this draw, MEC, I'll ask you to open the last spot of the 16th team. And that is Gabon, ladies and gentlemen. The Panthers will be making their second consecutive appearance after knocking out Cameroon in the qualifiers. Thank you very much for your participation. Thank you. And this, ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guest, concludes today's draw for the 3rd edition of the Orange African Nations Championship in South Africa. Let me provide you once again with a summary of the different groups that have been drawn. Group A, South Africa, Mali, Nigeria, and Mozambique. Group B, Zimbabwe, Uganda, Burkina Faso, and Morocco. Group C, Ghana, Libya, Ethiopia, and Congo-Brazzaville. And Group D, RD Congo, Gabon, Burundi, and Mauritania. I thank you very much for your attention, and I invite you and welcome you to Cape Town to watch the first 2 matches of this competition, South Africa, Mozambique, and Mali, Nigeria. Thank you very much.